Welcome back to WMMA Scene Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a big fight review. Okay, so before we get into this, if my fist were a crow, I'd be eating it right now, like, because I picked wrong on this one. It happens sometimes, you know. I'm not ashamed to admit when I pick wrong. All right, so we're going to UFC on ESPN Plus, number 15. Andrade versus Zhang, a.k.a. UFC Fight Night Shenzhen. We're going to the main event, strawweight championship fight. Jessica Andrade, the reigning champ, coming in at 20-6, taking on Weili Zhang from China, the challenger, coming in at 19-1. And so they come out, and Zhang immediately lands the first strike, starts going to the low kicks immediately. Andrade predictably throws her first strike, and it's that left hook that she throws all the time. Andrade keeps trying to close. Zhang lands some more leg kicks. Andrade comes in, swings a couple lefts. They start getting into it, and a little bit of a firefight. Andrade actually backs Zhang up with a left hand. Chases her down, lands another one actually, but Zhang was landing her own. And then here comes the ending sequence. Zhang throws a right hook that just clearly knocks Andrade off balance and stuns her bad. And I'm going to read off the ending sequence of all the strikes that Zhang landed or threw and landed. She missed, I think, 2. But this is the following is the ending sequence. She lands that right hook. She clinches and throws a knee. Then she throws 3 elbows. Throws another 2 knees after the ref warns her about being close to the back of the head. So she throws those 2 knees, an elbow, 3 more knees, another elbow, 2 knees. At this point, she starts chasing. Andrade is backing away fast across the octagon. Zhang misses a right as she's chasing, misses a left, and then lands a final right that sends Andrade to the ground against the cage. Lands a right on the ground, like a diving right, and then lands a final left on the ground. That was a bit unnecessary, but Zhang, the referee steps in, stops it. Weili, your victor by knockout at 42 seconds of the first round. Zhang gets up and does a round off afterwards. I thought she was going to do another aerial like she did against after the what's her name fight, her last fight in China. An aerial is like a no-handed cartwheel. It's pretty awesome, but she just did a regular round off. Not that that matters. So your winner, 42-second KO in the first round, and new undisputed UFC strawweight champion, Weili of China, China's first UFC champion. All right, so before I get into things to work on, and matches to make, I want to just reiterate that, obviously I picked wrong in my preview video. And I mentioned it in my weekly live show that I was starting to have doubts about picking Andrade. I was just getting so nervous leading up to this fight. I almost changed my mind. And I thought, no, stick with who you picked originally. I've seen channels that will go back and edit videos to make them look better. I've seen people that just do not act like they never picked wrong. Shab. Shab. I'm not going to do that. Look, I picked wrong. But I'll admit that because it's important to me to have that integrity and admit when you're wrong, Anyway, so things to work on. For Zhang, near flawless performance. Near flawless. She had perfect game plan. Perfect, killer instinct. Knew that she had Andrade hurt and poured it on. Only thing, she's got to protect her chin a little better. Andrade did land on her twice, but it obviously didn't affect her. But she still needs to develop a little bit better. She needs to work on her defense. As for Andrade, she's got to stop being so predictable. Every time she throws, it's that lead left hook. Excuse me. And then she'll throw it multiple times. It's like, if she's chasing, yeah, she throws it like 2-3 times. 3 times in a row she threw that left hook as she started chasing Zhang down across the cage. You got to throw something else. You can't just throw the same strike all the time to lead off. Because obviously, fighters are starting to figure it out. Rose basically had her down in the first round, and Zhang just destroyed her. So she's got to stop being so damn predictable. All right, matches to make. For Zhang, I think there's a clear-cut number 1 contender right now, and that's Tatiana Suarez. I think this is going to be a matchup, another matchup where it's just like, man, the physicality of these two is going to be very interesting to see. And it's really all going to come down to, can Suarez get the takedown? Can she get in close enough to get the takedown on Zhang? Will Zhang allow her to get close enough? And if Suarez can get the takedown, what will Zhang do? How will Zhang react after getting taken down by Tatiana Suarez? So that, to me, is the fight to make as long as Suarez comes in fully healthy, because she's dealing with that neck issue. Now, for Andrade, I want to see her fight Joanna Jędrzejczyk a second time. Probably should be saying Joanna, winner of Joanna versus Watterson, but I think it's clear-cut going to be winner for Andrade. Joanna. And I would like to see this rematch before Joanna gets another title shot, because she's 0-3 in her last 3 title fights. I don't feel bad about her having to win 2 fights in a row before getting a title shot. All right, so what does this mean for the strawweight division? I think the strawweight division is in the best shape it has been in since it opened. Okay, it took a little bit of sorting out at first because, it came in with it mostly got introduced because of the Ultimate Fighter Season 20, and then you had a few strawweights that were outside of that show, and they got into that mix right away. And then it kind of staled out because it got kind of stale because we had such a dominant champion for a long time. But I really think that once Rose won, and with some selective and creative matchmaking on the part of the matchmakers, they've really shaken up the top 10, the top 15 of this division, breathed some new life into it. There's new contenders now. Third new champ in like less than 2 years. Great. There's all kinds of contenders. I think strawweight is in great shape coming in. Anyway, I wish there was more to talk about this fight. I did not see it ending in the first round, no matter who won. I definitely saw it either going into the later rounds or going the distance. I really didn't see anyone getting a stop in the first round. Definitely not in less than a freaking minute. That was the biggest surprise to me. So I wish there was more of the fight to talk about. I wish there was more for me to break down and analyze. It was just that fast, guys. It was that fast. I think my adrenaline rush after the fight ended lasted longer than the fight did. I did a quick reaction video, like a very quick reaction to it. My heart was beating, like pumping the whole time. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. That's why I love this sport, man. You gotta love stuff like this because that's what makes this sport great. You just don't know. It's MMA. Zhang came in number 7 and beats the champ. Knocks her out in the first round. What's not to love about this sport? I don't know. You tell me if there's something not to love about this sport. Um, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. And we'll see you next time.